So, once again, I try to do this in one take. I'm having an insomnia problem, okay? I'm not the person to call. I am sorry, but I'm not. I'm done with that. Seriously. I don't want to say anything. Like, I wanted you guys to come stand and talk with me. And all y'all can do is hide. Like, come on now. As if I didn't know you were there. Dude. Anyways. So, Christian Hooligan, he's inspired me to do videos that are longer than 60 seconds. Um, I've said this before. I've been hurt a lot. Okay? I know that some people won't believe that. And I hope they do. It's rough. I'm having a very hard time. I went from being in a 28-day program to being in housing. I lived in housing in Vegas. I lived in housing in Washington. I was a hobo starting at 16 years old. Before that, man, I had multiple stepfathers. I had a father that I loved dearly, but he never got off the drugs. He might be now, but he's not there like he used to be. And this is what happens as you get older. I'm not that old yet. They say dirty 30s. I had my dirty in my late 20s, dude. I've done all that. I've been there. I've done that. I've seen that. I did not do what y'all think I did. Like, seriously. Those kind of people, like the people that like to sin, I guess, go through the 7 stages apparently on YouTube. No. I'd much rather take my time. Okay. And if I can get an editor at some point in time, I would not mind paying them when I have an income. I'm literally living off of state. Okay, I don't even have SSI right now. That's part of my process. I plan to be, up there with the stars and this and that. The limelight, that's not something that's new to me. I discovered what that was a decade ago. I was reminded. I remember a lot. There's some spots I can't fully remember because I used to literally, I'd sit on the curb and see people and I'd, this and that, instead of going up there and talking to them, or instead of minding my own business, I'd sit there and beat the crap out of myself. Why would we do that? That don't make no sense, dude. The first time somebody tried to kill me, I was a little kid, dude. I was an infant. Okay? And from there on, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. It was pretty decent. You know, I had good times. Don't get me wrong, I had really good times, man. I got lots of stuff to think about as far as good times. Like, all kinds of stuff. I know this is going to sound weird. The first time that so when I was 4 years old, I believe I was 4, somewhere around there anyways, I drew a picture about the creatures other than humans that live on this planet. They've been here for a long time. I'm discovering this stuff as I get older. It's not fake. You know, I don't talk about it too much because I know it can drive people crazy. It's, you know, sometimes I get to talking too much. And the best thing to do is to ask, do you actually want to hear this? Do you actually want me to tell you? And if they say no, I try to get up and leave. If they just can't say no, then I'm like, well, you're really curious, so I guess I'm supposed to tell you. You know? First time in teen years, a group of people tried to kill me. Jeez. I mean, it sucked, dude. I was a stupid little kid stoner. I just wanted to get stoned. And next thing I know, I'm turning my head against the log. I remember seeing the log hit the corner of the wall. I remember standing up and trying to fight for myself. Next thing I remember is waking up on the floor with them still playing basketball with my head, quoting them. I screamed. That's all I could do. That's all there was left. I huddled up into the fetal and screamed. And ever since then, I've not been the same. You know, I've made a lot of friends. It's something I've always done in my life. I don't see the point in being violent. Not that I've never been, dude. I've punched a few people. Usually, I don't stand up for myself as far as defending myself. But, you know, I've had to practice that stuff. Again, because of the limelight. When I lived in this one place, man, it was just so easy. I really didn't hear the rumors. And that was the last time I was sober for that long. I mean, I lasted in my late teens, I lasted about 6 months. 3 to 6 months, something like that. I went without cigarettes. I had no more bad habits. And I enjoyed my life. And next thing I know, I'm getting drunk playing Halo with this one chick. I don't even know where she's at, who she is really, but that was so cool. She had a boyfriend and everything. Oh, I think I did actually talk to them and meet them. Darling, if you see this, yo. So, that means God. I'm not. I'm aware of that, you know. I can't leave this out of it. Through Christ, I've been reminded. So in the beginning of the recent program, one of the first things I did was pick up the Book of Mormon. No matter how many jokes I heard up and down the hallway, I hadn't been in a position like that for a long time. I sat there and read a book, and it reminded me. I talked to some people about, I talked to a guy quite a bit about just his LDS friends, and I did really well ever since I got out of that program. I've had my little slip-ups, but those are for a reason. It's kind of on a need-to-know basis. I'm pretty much an open book, but you go poking at me and try to accuse me of something, dude. Like, please don't get mad when you make me mad, The reason I'm so mad about that, like I said, I've been abused a lot, okay? I was almost sold to the underground. I lived in the underground for a little while. I've met people that have been locked up in cages and abused. I've met people that lived in whorehouses and they couldn't escape. That stuff sucks, dude. Why would anyone do that to a human being? Like that much? Their lives. I don't understand it. I seriously don't. I mean, on a level, I can get it, I've cracked a little bit here and there, and I hope I don't snap. Not that I'm saying I'm worried about that. I'm starving, but I'm gonna finish this video before I'm done. I don't know what else to say, but the whole anxiety thing that Christian Hooligan talked about, like 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. Yeah, I totally get that. It's not there right now, And I can recommend valerian root because it's a lot better than being addicted to a benzo. At one point in time, I went through withdrawals of benzodiazepines, meaning Xanax bars, and they weren't even legal for the most part. I was also on just the toughest of lowers, dude, and I don't know where that came from, but I was also on Suboxone. I withdrew from all 3 of those at once. At first I thought I was sleeping when I'd wake up out of a seizure, and I'd be like, oh, finally I got a little bit of sleep. And then I'd realize I'm not in the same position. There's sweat all over the place. There's vomit and drool, and every time I'd wake up, I've been so close so many times. I've been told so many stories, and now that I'm realizing how many people have saved my life. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I just, these drugs on the streets right now are so bad. I thought they were bad before. And all these new chemicals and all that stuff. Me and a friend used to joke about the Mars Ron. The Ron from Mars. And Then it was such a joke, but it was like, maybe that'll actually come true. And now that all this stuff is going on, the UAPs and UFOs, and they're returning. That's what everyone says, especially the millennials and the ones younger than us. I mean, it's not just us though. There's older people that know really well too. Some of them just they don't want to know, which is totally understandable. You know, and if they don't want to know, I hope that they leave them alone. So, uh, also, there's some people that I can recommend on YouTube as well. I mean, you look for it, you'll find it. It's right there. You're either gonna believe it or you're not. Good luck to you. All of you. But not too late, bro. You might put yourself. Later.